Hi, welcome to Catholic University of America. I'm Dr. Joseph Simpson. I'm an academic coach at the Center for Academic and Career Success, and sometimes I lecture in classes in philosophy. Today you begin your orientation into all facets of what it means to be part of the Catholic U family and to university level education. I could think of no better way to start that orientation than with an answer to the question, what is a liberal arts education? Or, more to the point, what is a liberal arts education for? At some point over the next 4 years, many of you will ask why you need to take classes in philosophy, theology, history, foreign language, literature. You may ask, why do I need to study philosophy as a nurse? Or how in any way is literature going to help me build bridges? What's the point of it all? Well, those are all really good questions. The university states on its website as one of its aims and goals to seek knowledge, the advancement of knowledge within a context of liberal studies, a context which reflects its concern for the whole person and the distinctive wisdom to which it is heir as a Catholic institution. I want to focus on this concept or this phrase, the whole person. You see, as you grow here and you learn and eventually you leave to your profession, it's important to remember that you are not just engineers, nurses, lawyers, doctors, businessmen and women, teachers, etc. In fact, right now, you are sons, daughters, brothers, sisters, cousins, friends, citizens, and eventually many of you will be wives, husbands, mothers, fathers, neighbors, managers, etc. And as you face the daunting privilege of adulthood, you're going to be confronted with many, many questions concerning ethics and morality, concerning faith, concerning what sources to trust for your news, concerning whether or not to vote for particular candidates, anything like that. And the fact is, to confront these questions honestly, to confront them well, it requires that you have a certain development of academic and intellectual skills, abilities, and tools. And it is our job at a liberal arts university to give you the opportunity to develop and to cultivate those skills and abilities. So put simply, the answer to the question, what is a liberal arts education for? It's nothing more and nothing less than to give you the tools, the skills, and the abilities, or the opportunity to develop those skills, tools, and abilities to help you develop your whole person. Right? This is our commitment to you, that we're going to give you those tools. We're going to help you to grow in those ways. We're going to give you opportunities to develop them. And your responsibility is to make the commitment every day to do that, to put the effort in to develop those skills, those tools, those abilities. Now that's a high-minded response, right? That's a high-minded responsibility and expectation we have of you as students. But there's also very concrete things that you can do as students, or in fact, the university rather demands of you to do as a university, as students. And that is to adhere to the demands and the standards of academic integrity. Violation of those standards and those demands are serious offenses, and you can think of them as academic crimes. There are 4 that I want to discuss. First is plagiarism. Of course, many of you are familiar with plagiarism, but I want to go in a little bit more detail. Plagiarism is representing another person's work as your own. You can do that in 3 ways. 1, you can simply directly quote someone and not give them credit. 2, you can paraphrase someone that you read and not give them credit. And 3, and a little bit less known, is this idea. Let's say you're unclear about a particular idea or concept that you heard in a class, and so you go and you find an article or a book chapter or something like that, and you read it. And in reading that chapter and reading that article, you become more clear about the idea that you were unclear about before. Well, that idea has now helped you to form your own ideas. You need to cite them. You need to give them credit, because it was their intellectual work, their toil, that got you to where you are. You need to give them credit. If you don't, that's plagiarism. The next academic standard I want to discuss is facilitation. And that's helping anybody cheat or plagiarize. Right? It's furnishing them opportunities to cheat or plagiarize, directing them to sites, things like that. That is also a serious academic crime. Third is cheating. Stealing answers, whether it's on a quiz, a test, homework, doesn't matter. A little less well known under cheating is using unauthorized devices. Any use of unauthorized device is considered cheating and is a serious academic offense. And finally, self-plagiarism. That is to submit any assignment, any previous assignment for a course for a new course. You must do all unique work for each class and each assignment. Now, the reason why I want to talk to you about these is because they're very, very important. The punishment for violating these standards, for committing these academic crimes, as it were, is and has been failure of the course, failure of the assignment, and even expulsion. Now, I have colleagues that have actually failed over half their course for plagiarism or for cheating. So, all of these standards, all of the policies about this are found on the website. And they will be on all of your syllabi. I'll talk about syllabus, the syllabus in a little bit. Okay, so that's out of the way. It's really important. Don't do it. We want you to succeed here. But that raises a question. Where do I go for help? If I'm struggling on something, if I don't understand something, where do I go? Right? There's a couple of places. The first stop for any course that you take is always your syllabus. Where do I go to understand what's required of me, what's expected of me, what the assignments are, etc.? That's your syllabus. Always your syllabus first. If that's unclear, then you can go to some other sources. First is the TA, if you have one, or the instructor. If you don't understand something on the syllabus, you ask them. But let's say you understand all of that, but you're just having difficulty grasping content, you're having difficulty studying, or whatever it is. Well, you got a couple of sources there. First is your academic advisor. They can help you figure out how better to study, some time management techniques, things like that. Also, my colleague, Dr. Litke, is going to talk a little bit about that in the next session. The next, if you're really struggling with something, you need more help on a particular topic or content, you can always go to your professor or your instructor's office hours. They're extremely important. I highly recommend that you go and you don't pass them up. It's not an inconvenience. It is something that professors enjoy doing, talking with their students, getting to know them, and teaching them the material of the classes that they're in. Okay. Let's say you need a little bit more help than that. Well, we have some other support services for you. First, we've got the Tutoring Center. The Tutoring Center offers drop-in tutoring, it offers group tutoring, and it even offers one-on-one tutoring. You can find all the information you need about tutoring, the Writing Center, and the Math Center at success.catholic.edu. So that leads us to the Writing Center and the Math Center. The Math Center is located in the second floor of the library, and it's a room where you can go in and work on math or math-related content in the presence of math tutors and even faculty. The hours that faculty are in the Math Center are posted on the website, again, success.catholic.edu. And lastly, there's the Writing Center. If you're struggling with writing, you need to develop your writing abilities, things like that, you need to go to the Math Center. Not only will they help you to proofread and edit papers, but they'll also start teaching you how to write better. They'll give you guidance on how to think through things, how to structure an argument, about various grammatical mechanics and things like that. It's an invaluable resource, and I went to my Writing Center when I was an undergrad at my institution for the first 2 years for all my papers, and it changed the way I write. I highly recommend it. It is an invaluable resource. Now, if you're requiring even more help than that, then there's academic coaching. And typically, if you require some more help and you need academic coaching, then either your professor or instructor or even your advisor will refer you to us in academic coaching, and we'll reach out to you. It is an amazing resource, and it has helped students tremendously. Okay, so those are your support services. That's the standards we hold to and the purpose of a liberal arts education. Now I want to talk to you about the syllabus. The syllabus is extremely important. Each of your courses will have a syllabus. Now, some instructors, some professors think of a syllabus as a contract between you and them. And some instructors and professors think of the syllabus more as a plan or a guide, a map of the course. Regardless of how they think about the syllabus, it is important for you to know your syllabus. There's a lot of important information on a syllabus. First, there's all the course information, the course description, the course title, the course code, the classroom, the meeting times. We'll have the final exam schedule usually on it. It will have your professor or TA's name, their office hours, their location, all of that. Vital information. It will also tell you what books you need, what other resources or optional resources you need. It will give you general university policies, which I highly recommend as a tip to go through your syllabus, find all of those links to the university policies, and create a university academic policy folder on your web browser, be it Google or whatever, and bookmark every single one of those sites. That way you never have to find them again. They're all right there on your browser forever. Amen. Okay, next, in addition to university-wide policies, there will be class policies, how you're expected to act, what assignments you have, what the teaching methodologies will be, attendance, all of that kind of stuff. Now, in high school, you had the privilege of having access to your grades pretty much instantaneously your whole lives. Unfortunately, that's not the case in college. Some of your professors or instructors will use Blackboard. Some of them won't. Some of those who use Blackboard won't actually submit all the grades in Blackboard. They'll have a different grade book. It's a mess. And it's not going to get fixed anytime soon. So here's my second tip for you. On your syllabus, there's always a grade policy section. Right? What your assignments are, what they're worth for the course in terms of percentage or points. As soon as you get an assignment back that's graded from your instructor, your professor, immediately write down the grade that you got in your grading policy section of your syllabus for that class. That way you can easily keep track of all your grades, and where you stand in the class in order to make important decisions about whether or not you should get tutoring, about whether you should drop the class, whatever you need. But it's always right there, and it's a matter of a simple calculation of where you stand in the class. You'll thank yourself, and your professor will really thank you, because you won't be asking them about where you stand in the class, because you will have taken responsibility and ownership of that process. Congratulations. Okay, what else is on there? The last piece of information that's really important to find on the syllabus is your course schedule. Here's pro tip 3. Third tip is, as soon as you get a syllabus, go to the course schedule section, write down every single important date on that schedule, from that schedule onto a calendar that you will check daily. If you do that, you'll be in great shape. You'll know when things are due, nothing will sneak up on you, it'll be awesome. So take every single one of your syllabi, look at their course schedule, put them on a separate calendar that you look at daily. You follow those 3 tips and you'll be well on your way to succeeding here at Catholic University. Now, can't stress this enough. When you have a question about something, about a class, your first resource is always the syllabus. Know it, read it, memorize it, whatever. Know where to find the information on that syllabus. The second resource to find answers is common sense, right? If for some reason your syllabus doesn't have the final exam on it, don't ask your professor. Just do a quick Google search. CUA, fall 2020, final exam schedule. You know why? Because that's exactly what your professor's going to do. Just do it yourself. Use common sense. You're adults. You got this. All right. So, first, syllabus. Second, common sense. Third, syllabus. Know your syllabus. Know it. Fourth, syllabus with common sense. Right? Interpret things using common sense. Again, if it's unclear in the syllabus, perfectly acceptable to ask your professor or TA, if you have one, what a particular thing means in the syllabus. If it's clear, don't ask. Just follow it. Okay? Finally, if none of those answers are found in the syllabus, your common sense, whatever, then of course ask your TA if you have one, or your instructor. We're more than happy to help you to succeed. Again, our commitment to you is to give you the tools necessary to grow, to complete that whole person that we talked about. That's what we want to do. We want to teach you content, and we want to teach you the skills to master that content in that subject that are transferable to other subjects. We are not here to be your administrative assistants. So, again, syllabus, common sense, syllabus with common sense, TA and instructor. I wish you all the best here at Catholic. This is an exciting time in your life. Work hard, have fun, good luck. I leave you now to my colleague to discuss some of the differences between high school and college, and some of the academic skills that you'll need to develop on a day-to-day basis to do well here. I'll see you around campus.